former cops now out of uniform and in the recording studio on our show tonight. First up, Juggla meets chemist and drops confrontation.
Were you in the force?
7 years.
Good years?
It was good and bad.
And give me an example of how good it got.
I would say educating myself and how to operate in society and keep myself in line with the law. That's how me take from it.
But there were bad experiences. Tell me how bad it got.
The pay,
That was the worst of it?
that was the worst of it.
What about guns, barking?
Nothing we not used to. We used to them thing there already. From you born in Jamaica, you know it go already.
You ever shot anybody?
I leave that one out.
Were you shot?
No, thankfully not.
So when Joshua tells us that the police are corrupt, you'd agree with him?
Some of them are, of course. In any entity you go, there's corrupt people. So, of course.
Is it pervasive in the force? Is there a lot of corruption? Is there a problem?
I don't have the statistic to prove whether there's a lot or not, but I know for a fact there is.
And you left voluntarily, you were not forced out.
Voluntarily, clean slate.
Do you understand why some policemen might take a little money to supplement their income?
I have no understanding of that. I'm a musician now. I've long gone out of that mind frame.
But you mentioned pay, so you're sympathetic to the cops requiring a better pay,
Of course.
a livable wage.
Of course. But I cannot be the voice for them. There are people they designate to do that.
Juggla deciding to leave the JCF after entering Magnum Kings and Queens of Dancehall in 2010 and taking second place. So on Magnum, you had some lyrics that were sort of pushing the envelope. You ever did gun lyrics?
No, I did trade in gun for girl. That was it.
Make we trade in gun for girl. That they be every bad man come to all. Fling a Uzi and shot it. Come for girl. Anytime where you like, all gun for girl. Weekend.
A very popular one. I said, bring the guns and I give you girls. I was here doing music for like 4 or 5 years. And of course, you get the opportunity to travel through music. Broader horizon, more opportunities. Music wasn't cutting it. And why not go to the Big Apple? I went to America and do a regular 9 to 5. It never started out with music in mind.
What was the 95 you were doing in New York?
I work in the hospital.
Doing what?
I transport patients to go to their surgeries.
What was that like?
It has its days when it's really terrifying. You have to express a lot of sympathy and empathy. You know what I mean? And you have to just focus. But from my background in Jamaica, it was nothing that I wasn't used to.
In the course of which he linked with Chemist, a Jamaican beat builder also living in the Big Apple.
Girl, don't tell me say you're sorry, me not need it. You never sorry when you did hurt me feelings.
Chemist bring a different sound. The sound was more refined. The sound was more in tune with what is going on now. The Juggla before was just a bag of lyrics, but then Chemist bring the melody to it. Call Chemist, gave him the first 4 lines over the phone and he said, come to the studio. Build the rhythm around it and we record it.
Confrontation spilling the beans on a revamped beat.
It's just a story of true happenings, you know, not necessarily my truth only, but it's just the truth that a lot of men are afraid to speak about. It's not even a new topic. It's just said in a different way.
So what do you think in the lyric of the song really captures people's imagination?
The fact that a guy took the fall and expressed his emotion that he was hurt.
And the competition really got the better of you in the song.
It sure did.
And you weren't afraid to admit that either.
Sometimes you have to take the lose.
You didn't measure up.
No, I didn't. But here am I today sitting here doing an interview. If I had known this, I would have done this long time before. Women have support systems. We as men don't. If I tell my brethren say something like that happened to me, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to become the joke on the corner. So a lot of men afraid to express themselves because of that. But I don't care. Living in New York, it gives you diversity. So you understand that the slower you go and the better you pronounce your words, it works out. So that experience have me, because there are so many terms that we use in our music that people don't understand. The people them on the ground are gonna understand, but the foreigners won't get it. I wanted a world song. You have to drop the ego and stop doing songs for just your friends them to give you forward. Because when you're out in the world, the music don't stop at just on the corner. And you can't sing song for just you and your friend them understand. Sometimes you have to take the L like I did. You know what I mean? You have to just be more realistic to the world and not just in your space. So you have to listen to different genre of music. But hey, everybody have their own way and their own method.
And having left here and gone there, how have you changed? What is different about you as a person and as a DJ?
More experience, more calm, more humble. Because I know that music don't just stop here in Jamaica. Because you used to think, say, if you're not boss at Jamaica, you can't boss nowhere else. Now we know so that is not a fact. You know what I mean? It may be more difficult. But as a person, it just makes me more diverse.
Overseas heirs learning to live with atypical sorts of sounds from Jamaica, but do they like the new direction?
That's a Charlie Box crossover. And that sound is not original dancehall. So I just think the content has to be right. You know what I mean? Not just the beat, but the content. Yeah, the young youth, them a fire, man. And them song a reach over there, you know what I mean? I just feel like Jamaican entertainers don't have proper structuring behind them to market them properly and guide them.
The popular genre in Jamaica now is chopper music and shutter music.
And those things have been going on from a long time.
A long time.
Ninja Man has been doing it from in the 80s. Supercat has done it too. People have to learn how to differentiate from music and reality. I can't bear that burden for them.
But you're freaked out by the deaths and the crime in Jamaica.
Of
You
course.
worried about that?
Of course.
You have your plan. Renita has his plan. You have an idea how to deal with it,
Of course.
which is?
Stay safe. Stay protected. Stay in my zone.
What's the one thing that you would change about Jamaica if you had?
Crime. If we have no crime, it's the best country in the world.
That's Juggla, yet to perform his track before a live audience.